A lot is happening on social media right now. I feel like social media is agog because the gist on social media these days, and a whole lot of, before you know it, this will happen, before you know it, that will happen. I can't seem to get like a hold on one gist before something else will just spring up, and I'm like, I will take reach here. Do you understand? But as you all know, this is Relufe TV, and of course, this is another beautiful episode of Relufe Buzz Zone. And you know, it's Buzz Zone o'clock, it's entertainment o'clock, it is gist o'clock. This is where we get to talk about everything happening in the entertainment space with your favorite celebrities, and of course, my favorite celebrities. My name is AY with the double O, and of course, I'm not going to be wasting much of your time. You know how we do it, sharp, sharp, cha, 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 and then, of course, to the main gist. I'm going to be starting off today's gist with Wizkid and Seun Kuti. Let's get to it. All right, this one is really interesting. Now, Grammy-winning singer Wizkid has responded to days of criticism from Seun Kuti over alleged disrespect towards the legacy of Fela Kuti. Now, the controversy began when Seun accused Wizkid's fan base, known as Wizkid FC, of making inappropriate comparisons between Wizkid and his late father. Seun argued that such comparisons were disrespectful and an attempt to exploit Fela Kuti's image. After staying silent for several days, Wizkid also now, brought up his own yada yada yada. He posted a video of a particular woman that also defended Wizkid and coming for Fela Seun Kuti rather. Right, and Wizkid also further went by posting a strongly worded message aimed directly at Seun Kuti. In that post, he suggested that Fela fought for freedom while Seun was focused on fan disputes. Wizkid also claimed that he was bigger than Fela, and I saw the post, right? And this has a lot of insults, backlash, remarks concerning this. And of course, today is day 7 of Seun, because Seun has been doing for the past 6 days, and today he said he's doing a day 7. Right. I don't know what he has said on his life right about now, but I also want to go back to the fact that Seun did not just wake up, in quotes, to start quarrel or quanta or banter, or as you call it. And Seun wasn't aimed at Wizkid. His comments or his backlash or whatever he was saying was to defend his father's legacy. From time immemorial, people have been pushing the narrative of Wizkid bigger than Fela, and he's simply saying that do not tarnish my father's image. He came for Wizkid FC and not Wizkid himself, and he said it categorically in any of the Instagram live videos that he has put out there. And I feel like Nigerians don't take their time to watch videos, listen, and understand the message that is being passed across. Not at any point will Seun Kuti come for Wizkid. He is only coming for Wizkid FC. And these people being in his DMs telling him to drop the name Big Bird, saying that Wizkid is the biggest bird. Like, who does that? And you're asking him not to talk. And how is Fela? I don't even want to go into that debate of whether Fela is bigger than Wizkid or Wizkid is bigger than Fela. It's the audacity for me. Wizkid, you have a tattoo of Fela on your body. You sang with Fela Kuti some years back. You have posted videos. You have made music that represents Fela's identity, dancing like Fela, wearing or moving the way Fela would move, and a whole lot, even with girls dancing like Fela's dancers on stage behind you, and you want to rubbish Fela. If you want to come for Seun Kuti, come for Seun Kuti. Come correct. Say, okay, my fans, do you understand? Come straight at Seun Kuti. Why are you coming at Fela Kuti? For what? Why are you coming at the dead? And why are you coming at somebody's father? I think that's insensitive. So, Wizkid FC, if you are here, drop comments, because personally, I don't want to get into this show and Wizkid fight, but I mean, it's just gist and we have to talk about it. But I think it's also highly insensitive of you to ask somebody not to defend his father. He has had enough, and he's saying that I'm going to defend my father's image to the very last, and there's nothing that anybody's going to do about it. And I think that's brave of him. And of course, I mean, Seun is brave, Seun is bold. I don't know how long it would take Wizkid for all of this to, subside. But someone also put out a post that it feels God bless you when he said that if Wizkid is truly greater than Fela, he should come against the government. And Wizkid hasn't done any of that. It doesn't even come close. Do you understand? So Fela was not just widely known for his music, he was known as a government, as an opposition to the government. He did so many amazing things that made him Fela. Fela was beyond Afrobeat. I like to call him in the present. Fela is beyond Afrobeat. So I don't think that with a lot of artists that have now used Afrobeat to trend or to gain fame and all of that, talking down on that name and making it seem like, oh, what did Fela do? What did Fela do? But you are still basking in the glory and euphoria of Afrobeat. It doesn't make sense to tarnish that image. Well, let's get away from that story. I'm beginning to get emotional. As you can see, I'm on the edge right now. In another story, TikTok content creator Eddie Bliss has publicly apologized to Nollywood actress Mercy Johnson-Okoje and her family following the withdrawal of defamation case against her. And the apology came right after this content creator was arrested for spreading, false allegations, and she had accused Mercy Johnson's husband of buying a house for a pregnant mistress, and further claimed that Mercy Johnson conspired with a house help to cause a miscarriage. Now, after appeals from concerned individuals, a lot of celebrities also, interfered, right? I like to use the word interfere or intervene, rather, in the matter. And Mercy Johnson also put it out there that, this has caused a lot of emotional stress for her family, and for the sake of the people that she has respect for and that her family has respect for, she's going to be letting, the lady go. Right. And of course, she has, apologized and a whole lot of that. My own is, especially with these content creators, how do you put out a story that that if they call you if they say, okay, I'm in front of you, say what you said, you're not going to be able to say it. Why put it out there? Is it to gain traction? Is it to gain views? Is it for engagement on your stories? It doesn't make sense to me. Why would you do that? If you know that at the end of the day, if they catch you, if people with the upper hand can't hook you, all you're going to do is apologize. Don't even start in the first place. If you're going to put out a story, do your proper investigative journalism. Be certain of this story, especially with witness, and say, oh, I didn't lie, this is the house help. Oh, I didn't lie, this is where the story came from. Oh, A and B, the story adds up. If it doesn't add up, why are you putting it out there and disgracing yourself and your family members? I saw the apology video. I'm sorry to Mercy Johnson and the family. She looked really silly, and I don't know. I'm just trying to hold back on using certain words, but it wasn't a good sight. I don't want to see my family member on social media apologizing after saying what is not or what they are not sure of. If you're not sure or certain of something and you cannot refer back to, oh, this was how I got the story, then hold your mouth. It's 2026. Don't put yourself in unnecessary buhaha. Away from that story, Tiwa Savage has stirred reactions, right? In our it's not a podcast or our content with Kuti. She put it out there that, of course, Tiwa has a residence in Ikoyi, and she talked about the fact that the house is a temporary home, and she has described it as a safe haven due to its security and proximity to the president's residence on Bodilon Road. I remember saying that, oh, the president's house is in front of me, so blah, blah, blah. I feel like I'm a star or something. She added that she's currently building a new house in another location, which is expected to be completed next year. According to Tiwa, we're getting there. Living close to the president's home makes her feel safe and somewhat important. It's not that safety that even got Nigerians to start. Is that important? Like, okay, I understand. Oh, you can just not be something where you suppose just say outside like that. But I mean, bragging rights allowed. Allow the rich people to brag if they can brag. She also, now this comment, of course, a lot of people have reacted to it. Some have praised her, like, oh, Tiwa, you used to live that, quiet lifestyle and all of that. People were like, oh, she's just looking for a rich, wealthy man, and she's in that avenue to advertise herself, right? And I mean, it's funny. Now, beyond this, it means that you don't have security guaranteed in your country if you're not living either where the president has built his house or something. That's where I want us to ignite this conversation from. It's beyond what Tiwa Savage said. It boils down to, oh, she lives close to where President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has his house in Ikoyi, and because of that, safety is guaranteed for her. What happens to the average person living in Ikeja? What happens to the average person living in Petu, Alakbere, a whole lot of those kind of areas in the same Lagos? What happens to them? What safety measures has the government put in place to ensure that these people are also protected? That's the bigger question that we should ask ourselves in those countries. Beyond what Tiwa Savage said this, or she did an interview with Cody, is really none of our business right now. The safety is what I want people to pick out from this story. What happens to the average man that does not or cannot purchase a house in Ikoyi? Now, another story here. Now, this one has been trending, but of course, it has emerged again, and it is with this old DNA saga with Ayo Labinjo and Davido, right? Claiming that she has a daughter for Davido, and the girl is about 12 now, even older than Imade, and before the birth of, or the girl has been born, allegedly, or has been, no, alleged, not allegedly, right? She has been born before Imade, but of course, the alleged part of the story is that she is Davido's daughter, which Davido said years back that a DNA has been carried out 5 times, and that he is not the father of the child, and that he has never even met the lady in question. And now Nigerians are saying that, how do you go for a DNA test if you're certain that you've never met the woman in question? And this is with what happens, especially when you start out your career as a young, growing man, thinking that you want to sleep with anything in skirt. You get to even sleep with people that you cannot remember. Now, how do you explain yourself in that kind of situation? Unprotected sex, more importantly, with someone that you do not really know or that you are not going to remember. We should live better. I think that this should be a charge to the younger, upcoming generations in hip-hop, in that are trying to push whatever genre of music, to also see that life is no life. Because how are you, if it wasn't a randy person in the first place, is not going to be caught up in this situation where someone is bringing a child, you should categorically know the women that you slept with and say, no, I don't know you. You know, why are you even doing a DNA test in the first place if you don't know someone? And now this woman in question has put out a story to say that she never knew Davido was rich or Davido wasn't famous. And this was in 2013 when she got into a relationship. Now, what I'm not setting off is, was it a relationship or was it like a one-night stand? Because she said she met him at a club in Ibadan and blah, 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 blah. So the lady is also pushing a narrative that I don't think makes any sense. And now our daughter has an Instagram handle with her name, Anu Adeleke 001. Now, psychologically, that child is not balanced, and people have, celebrities like Oye Mike and a lot of people have come out to tell or admonish Davido to come out and do a DNA test, at least for the sake of that young girl. Do you understand? Because the young girl's safety now cannot be guaranteed. You get, some people will be Davido FC that will be looking at even the mother and the child and saying that would harm you or would do something to you if you don't leave our Davido, and a whole lot of that. But for the public, for the general public, more importantly for his own family that he has built now, for Choma, for all of his children, he needs to do a public DNA test to ascertain that he is truly not the father of that child. In another story, veteran Nollywood actor Kanayo has revealed that YouTube has played a major role in freeing actors, right, from the control of powerful music marketers. And he said this, on a podcast, and he talked about the time when influential marketing called executive producers. Yes, he said they used to act as executive producers back then, and they were the ones that controlled the career of a lot of these actors. According to him, he said these marketers often suspended between 10 and 12 actors in one single year. He said the punishments were usually based on vague allegations, such as unholy conduct, without giving them a chance to defend themselves. Do you understand? And I think that Nollywood back then was stiff. Now, Nollywood is flexible. If you have your money, you can, shoot a movie or shoot a film without, do you know this person? Or if you don't know this particular producer or one Igbo marketer, you will not have peace of mind, or you will not thrive, in Nollywood, and a whole lot of that. So I think I kind of agree with what he's saying. He said any actor who attempted to market films independently was reportedly fined 500,000 naira. What happened? At that time, this fine was almost as high as the total budget of an average Nollywood, which is true. He said so many actors then were financially and creatively restricted. And he noted that because of the rise of YouTubes and other digital platforms, and it's just saying this has really changed the lives of a whole lot of actors. You see them produce now, their views, the more views, the more money. And it's easier to make money compared to when, it was in the hands of some particular marketers, with a whole lot of piracy here and there. That has reduced. It's still there, but it has reduced, and people are able to independently make their money off their production. So if you put in the work, you get the money, which is good. It's progress, in the movie industry. And finally, on the gist zone, I'm ending this one with Sir Ahim Okoya, the son of a billionaire businessman, Razak Okoya. And what Sir Ahim do? He now has a bowling center, right, allegedly. And this is a luxury bowling center in Lagos. And he has revealed that membership costs $5,000, which is estimated at 7.5 million naira for you to be a member. From when you think about it in your mind, that, Okoya's son has a bowling center, I want to be a part of it, just have your 7.5 million naira somewhere. That's the money some people need for one surgery, or the money that will change the lives of some families. Let's continue. Right, now in the clip, Sir Im explained that the bowling center operates on membership basis. The cost is 7.5 million, and he described the fee as affordable and said the center is designed as a fun space for families and game enthusiasts. And he also noted that the facility would be officially open to members on Sunday. Now, when asked if people with limited funds could visit, he stated that the center is mainly for wealthy individuals. And he added that those that cannot afford the membership fee should not bother coming. And of course, this has gone viral on social media. Some have talked about the pricing has been excessive, and some have talked about the fact that it's an exclusive networking space for the rich. And trust me, I'm sure that this guy has given out money to people that are poor or whatnot. This one, he says, is a bowling center and is strictly for the wealthy. See, don't be angry. Everything cannot be for everybody. There are things that are for the rich, there are things that are for the average people, and there are things that are for people of the poorest of the poor. So, life is not balanced. As much as I'll feel like, it's because he's a rich kid, he's talking from a privileged part. He doesn't know what it is to not have money. He has access to money. His parents are wealthy. He's working for Eleganza. He has money. How do you want him to relate with poverty? If you are poor, it's the same way the poor man, you cannot tell the poor man, go and get me 10 million naira. Because they don't have it. It's the same way you cannot tell a rich man, buy roadside food. Because they are used to eating better and they can afford better. It's just their lifestyle. And like you say, the lifestyle costs. Now, no, to be very honest. Now that you know, and he has said categorically, if you don't have this money, don't come. Stay in your home, stay in your houses. I don't know why people are forcing, it's like trying to force the rich to be poor by all means. It doesn't work that way. He cannot associate with poverty just to please you people of this wicked world. That's about it on the Gist Zone for today. Let me know what you think about every of my gist in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Wizkid FC, Monsieur Koje people, Sahim, a whole lot of just what Kanayo said about the industry. Davido, DNA Saga with his baby mama Ayola Binjo. Let me know what you think about all of that gist in the comment box. Now, of course, the next stop where we're going to be wrapping this up is social media scoop, which is that one post that got a lot of funny comments, reactions on social media. Let's get to it. Social media scoop. This one is from Portable, and he says that I am bigger than Wizkid because I've been to prison multiple times. Well, this is also coming from the fact that people have compared Fela and Wizkid and also said that, of course, Fela went to prison, he sued against the government. What has Wizkid done? And Portable, out of the abundance of his heart, feeling important, feeling fly, and of course, he recently just got out of prison from allegations, and of course, his baby mama actually got him arrested, and a whole lot of that, court case here and there. But finally, one way or the other, Portable has been freed, and with his own hair on all the hair on his head shaved off completely. No more hair on his head. I don't know for whatever reason, why they did that to him, but he came out looking even, very lean and whatnot. And he has also felt the need to drop his 1 or 2 cents, in this whole show and Wizkid saga. So let's get to the comments. This one is the real brutal comment. Someone says one day, oh, meaning they have come. Another comment says, not be the same person where they cry for police custody be this, because truly, Portable cried. Portable cry in that cell, not be small. Another comment says, no, this one is too, I won't say this one. Another comment says, they for never release the Shagamu artists. Another comment says, everybody big for their pocket, but nobody is bigger than God, sha. Another comment says he just wants to trend, and I think he just wants to trend. Another comment says, woro, luku. Another comment says, Yongidu is bigger than you, Portable. No, you guys, that's below the, who is Yongidu, where Portable is. Stop that. Someone says, this bro, no one invited. Elizabeth Joy. Another one says, Ashake Bado is now showing on. Please, let me just leave that comment about that Ashake Bado. Someone says, mad person has come. Someone says, Onyara. Igbo brothers and sisters interpret that. Another comment says, you think saying a cell with a talk for you, who released this one? Another comment says, who can grant you bail? You for a day there. Someone says he just wants to trend again, and a lot of comments like that. And someone says, see somebody that the government gave second chance. While this is funny and a lot of comments here and there's so many comparisons with Fela, and I want you guys to really drop it in the comment section. Who do you think is greater? Now let's even take this away from Wizkid or Fela. Let's talk about Fela. Let's talk about the things that Fela did. Let's bring back history. Let's ignite that conversation. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how important or how the things that Fela did and measure it up. If it did make sense, if it did contribute to the society, and if his name should not be written off or be washed or be toyed with, wishy-washy. People just talking about Fela like say Fela na water or Fela na their mates. Fela na water, actually. Fela is everywhere. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. On the brighter note, do not forget to like, share, subscribe. More importantly, like I always say, if this is your first time coming across this video, yes, this is Relufe TV, and there are a lot of beautiful videos that you're going to be seeing on your screen once you subscribe. My name is Ewa with the double O. Thank you for joining me on this episode, and of course, thank you for watching, and I will be joining you on another episode of Relufe Buzz Zone. Bye, guys.